Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys and explain to you 5 truck mods that actually will destroy your truck. They're not safe and in some cases illegal. And I want to hear from you guys that actually like those type of mods and why you guys doing them. First, the mod that people love to enjoy doing it is bigger tires, bigger wheels. What's the advantage of bigger tires and bigger wheels? Well, for everyday usage, there is no advantage unless you're looking for a 10 chain or you like the way it looks. Otherwise, from a reliability perspective, there is no advantage of bigger tires and wheels. Before I bought this truck, I looked at other trucks, and what I learned when I was researching 2 years ago, that trucks with a bigger tires and wheels have problems with their transmissions. Number one issue. One of the trucks that I looked at it wasn't Tundra. Even though I couldn't find Tundra with the lifted trucks that was for sale, or at least in my interest. They had one truck that I looked at already had 2 transmission repairs done. Why? Because bigger tires and wheels, they do only the opposite of reliability. They destroy transmission. Because when you go bigger on tires and wheels, you gotta change the gear ratio. And people don't realize until it's too late. There's guys that I follow on YouTube. When I tell them you gotta change your gear ratio, they laugh. Well, guess what? The same people that laugh end up crying later because they end up paying for the transmission repairs. And they showed it on YouTube on their channels. Now they replacing or repairing their transmissions, and then they change the gear ratio. So besides of the gear ratio and destroying the transmission, bigger tires and wheels destroy your fuel economy big time. Destroy your wheel bearings. This truck doesn't have too many miles. Those trucks are known for million-mile trucks, but because the previous owner had wheels that offset was different, that offset just 20 millimeters, it makes a big difference. Makes a big difference on wheel bearings, and it destroyed. I end up replacing the wheel bearings on these trucks, and video will be coming soon. That's how it works. If you ever seen a video where people put they're not bigger in diameter wheels and tires, but their offset is different, sticking out 4 or 5 inches out. I seen people breaking axles, not racing, just because the force it takes to turn the wheels. You know what I mean? It just think of this shovel, 5-foot shovel versus 2-foot shovel. With which shovel would you be able to turn a rock or have a more leverage? Of course, longer, you can put more force. Same thing. The more the wheels are sticking out, the offset, the more force it takes for them to spin, and the more force, the more torque, and you have weak spots now. Second mod that people do, and they do because of the offset on tires. That right there. You see the fender flares? See how they fit? Terrible fit and finish. Let me show you other one here. That right there. These are the fit and finish of the fender flares. Some might say, well, it's in your truck. Well, actually, I look at the other 2 trucks. Happen to be different brands. One was Ram, another one was Ford. Neither of them had good fit. It was terrible. You know what I mean? This is just a band-aid. And actually, those fender flares do more damage than good. It's a separate video, but they just, what I mean, fit and finish on those, and they generate noise, and they destroy the look of the truck. People don't realize that it might look good, but unless it's a factory, otherwise it destroys their paint, it destroys the value of the truck. And the reason why people install them, there's actually 2 reasons. Separate video I will cover. That's the second mod. Third mod, headlights. Cheap aftermarket headlights. They are the worst you can get. These are the headlights. See, this headlight looks cool, right? You know what I mean? Comparing to factory, let me show you the factory headlights. This is the factory headlights. Does it look cool? It looks, I like it, you know what I mean? It doesn't look anything special, but functionality, the way it projects the light factory is million times better than cheap aftermarket. Take a look at this again. Yeah, this thing looks cool, but the light output on the road, even with the LED light bulbs, it's still terrible. Better than halogen, but the way it's just designed. Cheap aftermarket headlights is the worst thing you can do for the truck. It destroys the value of the truck, and there's more to it. There's a lot more. It's actually a fire hazard. Those aftermarket cheap headlights. There's expensive headlights. I don't have any experience with expensive headlights, but cheap stuff is not worth putting in your truck. Absolutely not. That's the third thing. Fourth thing that people do to their trucks, lifting the trucks up. Lift the trucks it's hard on your suspension. It will wear out your suspension much faster. That's one thing. Second, they're very unstable on the road, on high speed. High speed, we're talking about driving by the speed limit. When I had my F-250 lifted, those of you who follow my channel from the beginning, you guys know that's how I started my channel. You know, it looked nice. I'm not gonna lie to you, but trying to get into the lifted truck, you're almost in the ladder, and it wears out your suspension and it's very unstable. On a highway speed, lift the truck because you're changing the center of gravity. It's like, you know, when you think of the refrigerator, which one do you think you can flip it over? Actually, not even a refrigerator. Look, let's take a look at the cans, trash cans. See, when it's in this position, it's so easy to flip it over. If you take this trash can and put it in that position, you think you'll be able to flip it over easily? Definitely not. It's a different, because center of gravity is higher off the ground and it's easier to flip it over. That's the fourth thing. You know, it might look good on some trucks lifted, but it has a negative consequence. Unstable, unsafe, and wears out your suspension because it's not factory setup. And the fifth thing, messing with emission equipment. People don't understand how it works, and they start removing it, and then they get fined. Sometimes you can't pass inspection. And one thing that you want to keep in mind with emissions, if your ECU fails, dealer will not reprogram your computer without emissions equipment installed. This is becoming a problem now, and more I see people selling their trucks. I know personally more than one person that has a problem with ECU. You have to replace, and when you replace ECU, you gotta reprogram. You cannot take it to the dealer. Dealer will deny the service. They will sell you the parts, but they will not sell you the service unless you install the emissions equipment there. So that's the negative thing about it. Delete. First it's illegal, and then you're gonna have problems trying to program the software back to the ECU. It's just a nightmare. People who got themselves a deleted truck or deleted, there's an issues. You know what I mean? Dealers will not help you, so you gotta find alternatives. And to find an alternative to fix the ECU, to reprogram, it's a big challenge. It's very big challenge. So if you have a truck that it's lifted, bigger tires, wheels, aftermarket headlights, deleted, drop me a comment section why you did, why do you think it's a good thing, why do you disagree with me. You know what I mean? I want to hear your story. I gave you my view, how I see it from a reliability perspective. But again, there's the other side. You know, people that don't care about reliability, they care about how it looks. You know what I mean? So that's other side. And if you're that person that don't care about reliability, you like the way the truck looks, maybe the headlights, maybe the bigger wheels, tires, maybe the emissions is not your taste, let me know in the comment sections. And I want to thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe.